set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Tampa. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Love going to throw right away. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs, 70 yards. And the Packers are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his target. It's Evans. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Hey, alert 33.
Here's Mayfield. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Following the interception, Love. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Bucs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And he is going to lose yardage here. Rashawn Gary that time through the line and getting the tackle for loss.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. That's out wide for Palmer. It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Mayfield. Flush to his right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Got.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
The tight end in motion right.
Ready?
Now Love. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He didn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Love now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Love looking to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Right through. Blue, yellow. Blue, black. Cluster, 6. 7.
Throwing. Love. He finds his man. Complete. That's Reed. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So 5 yards here. 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter. As they've got it, looking at a 4th down and 2.
Ready up. Set, ready. You don't blink. Ready.
To throw now. Here's Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Here we go. Set.
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
52 blaster. Set, go.
Jacobs again. And this time he's going to lose yardage as they push him back to the 4-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Black ultra. Ready?
Love, this is 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he comes back with 1 complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. 3rd and 4. To throw, Mayfield. That is caught. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving.
And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning.
Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Throw left side complete. That's Evans. And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Mike Evans, 35 yards. And the Buccaneers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good.
And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
Here we go. Here we go. Cut.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. On 4th down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. The Trey Palmer deep for Tampa Bay.
Pulled in at the 24. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Final play of the half, Love. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
From the 29, here's second down at 7. Mayfield looks to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Mayfield now. That's completed right side to Palmer. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Running the toss to Irving. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Corners are known for their ability to cover, but those that'll stick their nose in against the running game, that's a bonus for any team. And what a nice play right there, tackling him for a loss.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Mayfield to throw it. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Big Kenny Clark that time, pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield flushed out right. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide-open receiver.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Escaping the pressure right. Here's a ball deep from Musgrave. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air again, Love. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. To pass, here's Jordan Love.
His throw incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Field green. Ready?
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Love, he's going to change the play here.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Red, yellow. Blue striker. Set.
Love.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
Come on.
Jacobs is in. Touchdown, Packers.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, the pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the 2nd half after a decent 1st half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
A run up the middle with Irving.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now Mayfield.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3. Now Mayfield.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. There's the stiff arm.
And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
A shotgun handoff here to Irving. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Mayfield.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Mayfield to throw.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Baker Mayfield,
a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Buccaneers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it.
Being chased out left. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Here comes 2nd down. Here's Love.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Logan Hall fighting through and dropping him for the sack. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Love. Able to connect with Jacobs.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Completed out left to Dobbs.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Field, black. Ready.
Now Love.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Set, hut. Green back. Set, hut.
Now Love. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
One last shot now for Love.
And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.
This one came right down to the wire. And CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly,
and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.
Yeah. Running through his mind all day, I'm tired. I'm the boss now, do higher. Hang the phone up, I'm so wired. Couldn't sleep, my floor's too higher. I got keys, that girl's on fire. Who's the boss? I got 5 on me, like what's the cost? I'm at 5 hotel in a suite, I'm lost in white. Get down sheets, I got stripes on my cheeks. Hermes fur on my feet, I'm a lead. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. We burning up, every time we hear me, we turning up. Every time you see me, I look like bugs. Pound my friends in a big black truck. I'm Vanessa, I like salsa, I'm a dancer, you pay fees for my big show in Ibiza, for my leisure. I don't do arguments in my relationships, I'm lit. You don't want me standing on this and say something, I'm rich. It don't make no sense how I make this, I'm lit. I don't do two-face unless the face card on my wrist. Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. She ate, she ate, she ate away. 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 I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back.
I came in